Okay, we are going to build off of the short story of the lottery, which we read last week. And when we discussed that short story, we were basically talking about like the ultimate lesson presented in the lottery is these people are blindlessly following tradition because that's the way it was, that's the way it always was, and will continue to be, and so on as well. And there's strong themes in that story that alluded to that message. Well, the 1950s is a great era to study if you want to kind of investigate more into that message because you have the 1950s segregated South, whereas we have separate water fountains, separate bathrooms, and separate pretty much everything to separate the races. And whenever you read first person accounts for people who lived back then, sometimes the excuse was always this was, well, that's the way it was, that's, it wasn't right, but that's the way it was. And so what we're going to take a look at is, what do they mean by that's the way it was, but more importantly, we're going to take a look at the people who actually rebelled against, the system of that's the always the way it was as well. So what you are going to have to do today is create a short I am statement for a particular person that was involved in the civil rights movement. Now, the teacher, substitute teacher, should have passed out individual biographies for people involved in the civil rights movement. Your job today is to, number one, read this pamphlet that you got, but more importantly, you're going to fill out a civil rights biography worksheet. Now, first and foremost, what I'm going to tell you is some of you are going to have more than one person on your sheet, okay? Some of you only have a biography of one person, but some of you will have maybe two or three people. If that is the case for you, that you have more than one person on your sheet, then don't refer to an individual person, just refer to them as a group, okay? Mention their first names at the very beginning, and then you can refer to them as the group from there on. But what you want to do is this. What is the person's name that you got? Are there any interesting traits about the person? Like, for example, what was their job, education, location? Ethnicity might be something that you put in here because you're going to start finding out that there's quite a few different races that were all participating in the movement. Were you an active participant in the civil rights movement? If so, what role did your person play? And did something traumatic or bad happen to your person? And if something happened, what was it? This is exactly what if something bad happened, I want to know about it and put it right here. So my person was shot, or my person was put in jail, or something. Right, it goes right there. And then the people, if there was something dramatic that happened, or traumatic, excuse me, were the people who were responsible for it brought to justice? And if so, if there was a court case, what was the verdict? And then down at the bottom is the most important part. This is all gathering information up top, but down at the bottom, what's going to happen here is this. Is you're going to put together all that information down here in a paragraph that you'll read tomorrow, in front of the class. And basically, what I want you to do is start off your paragraph with, and I think I have it listed here with my name is, and then tell me your name, and then go through that list and tell me a little bit about your person that you had or people that you had for the civil rights movement. And then we'll go all throughout the class and we'll get to know different people that participated, and you're going to generally start to figure out a theme that is happening with these people. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. So you want to fill out this worksheet, do a short paragraph starting with my name is, and go through all the information on the sheet. If you get done with that, then what you want to do is work on your 6-word memoirs for the outsiders. And if you still have not read the book, then you want to finish the book. So there's things to do today. I promise I will be back tomorrow, and we will start with these civil rights biographies. So if you have any questions,